Hi, this is Unit 5, Lesson 3. It's a lesson about different styles, different ways of making art, and it's a portfolio. So you are going to develop your own style and create an artwork in your own style. You might be emulating a style that you learn about. So that's what this slide presentation is about. It's about different art styles. You can emulate those styles or you can combine them to create your own or do your own thing. Either way, this is going to help clarify what needs to be done for the Unit 5 Lesson 3 portfolio. So some different styles that we talk about: abstract art, art nouveau, collage, which is also a set of materials, comic style cubism, digital and pixel art, doodling, engraving, flat illustration, geometric style, graffiti street art, isometric, mid-century style, minimalist, mosaic, naive style, old school tattoo, painterly, paper cut art, pen and ink, pencil illustration, photorealism, pointillism, pop art style, primitive cave art, psychedelic, scratch art, screen print style art, sketchy art, stained glass, surrealism, vintage retro, illustration, woodcut art, and more. So I'm starting with the Art Nouveau style. Here's two examples of Art Nouveau, and the question is, what characteristics do these images have in common? What defines the style of these artworks? One is a brush from Procreate. The program Procreate has, you can use some different styles. They do a really neat, good job of recreating this style. So that's a wallpaper in the Art Nouveau style. And the other is a poster, a French poster by the artist Paul Berthon from the late 1800s. And it was style popular for a long time, actually, because I really do kind of correlate this style with even the 1920s and 1930s. So, and what do they have in common? If you look at that little box, maybe you were thinking outlining, merging shapes and lines, a muted color palette, floral motifs and patterns. And those are all commonly found in Art Nouveau design. And I have a little video where I take you through creating an Art Nouveau design. And in that video, I create a border with a natural flowing motif, and then I realistically but simply draw my subject in the middle of that border. I outline it, emphasize the merging shapes and lines and overlapping, and choose a simple muted color palette. Outline it and color with marker in a very flat graphic way. So if you are interested in doing something in the Art Nouveau style, you might refer to that video. Naive illustration style. Naive illustration, you could think of self-taught artists. Again, what characteristics do these images have in common? What defines the style of the artworks? And one on the left is a Procreate wallpaper of a fun figure, and one on the right is a painting done by Jane Wooster Scott, a self-taught artist who worked all throughout the late 1900s. So about 1950 to, you can see this one was 1998. And you can see how she does straight on frontal images of quaint scenes, showing you the simplest perspective with the most detail to help you understand the image. So very childlike, flat colors, unpretentious shapes, vibrant, very straightforward. And you might say unburdened by rules or conventions. Just really the way you would depict something in a very childlike manner. Like think back to grade school and how you drew and how it just naturally came out as a way to represent the world around you. Okay, then there's the doodle style. Maybe you're a doodler. Doodling is an activity and a visual style. To doodle is to draw absent-mindedly, possibly while doing something else, like talking on the phone, listening to a lecture, or sitting through a meeting. Doodles are generally drawn with a single pen or pencil, whatever you happen to have in your hand at the time. And this was a quote from this website here. And here's some doodles. And the one on the right is by an artist, Mr. Doodle, and he painted that in 1994. Reminds me a little bit of Keith Haring, who we're going to see here in a minute. There's the old school tattoo style. If you like tattoos, this is old school. The mom, the anchor, forget me not, the little banners. It's a style defined by tattoo artists of the mid-20th century. And now going back into kind of fine art, there's the surrealist style. Surrealism communicates a dreamlike state through the use of imagery that could not exist in the real world. Think of how your dreams are oftentimes not possible. You could even illustrate a dream if you happen to remember them. These surrealists are interested in your subconscious. Then there's the op art style, op standing for optical illusion. These images seem to jump off the canvas. Bridget Riley did many optical illusion paintings, often just using black and white, that seemed to dance. Abstract expressionist style. Artists like Robert Motherwell, Mark Rothko, and Joan Mitchell, using shape, line, and color to evoke emotion, like really stripping art down to the essentials. Cubism style, which is one that we do in class, we drew together. I mean, the Cubist style, Pablo Picasso did this weeping woman. Cubists tried to show a scene, an image from multiple perspectives, often using geometric shapes and forms. But Picasso didn't always do Cubist art, and so you can see how artists can span different styles, change their style because of influences of events that happen in their life. So Picasso went through a blue period, which began after his friend died. And this was the Cubist art we started in class, where we divided our paper into different geometric shapes and tried to force an image to fit into the shapes. This is a still life. Maybe you can see the apple, grapes, pear, vessel. There's a bottle in that drawing. And then pop art style. We have Roy Lichtenstein, Andy Warhol. Pop art creates a feeling of excitement and energy by using bright, vibrant colors, and it uses a comic book style. We did an artwork in the style of Brito, a pop art artists, where we drew shapes and patterns in the background, outlined them, colored them with bright colors, and had a simple image of something popular, some popular image that everyone connects with, like your morning to go coffee, in the center. So that was one we started in class. Keith Haring, another pop artist, you could do one in the style of Keith Haring. We drew figures in class this semester, simple figures, no details, colored in solid colors, in motion. And with your artwork, you are going to be turning in this worksheet, which you can get in the course or off the slideshow, which is on the lesson introduction page, where you will also find this video. So do an artwork in the style of one of these artists or in your own style, any style. Fill out the worksheet and submit it for 20 points. Any attempt will get you points. So let's go. Have fun.